Welcome everyone to the demo for SMDM Connect. SMDM Connect is a social networking platform that's designed specifically for SMDM members and meeting attendees. This demo will give you a brief overview of the functions and uses of SMDM Connect to help you get started and get involved in our community. So as you log in, this will be the first page you see. You will use your primary email address, the same one that you used to register for your event or to renew through the member portal on the online store, and it will be the same password as well. If you forgot your password, you can click here. It will send you an email for you to reset. Now, as you log in, the first thing you'll see as a member will be what's called My Dashboard. This will give you a snapshot of what's going on throughout the entire community. The first thing up here you see is latest community updates. This will pull information on what groups are really active right now, what discussions are becoming popular, who's joining what groups, etc. The next function you see on your dashboard is called My Content Alerts. Now, content alerts are an interesting function. SMDM has determined certain keywords. Right now, the ones that I've subscribed to are policy, technology, and continuing education. If you click on this content alert, you'll see that we have set keywords certification, CME, conference, credit, so on and so forth, so that if you subscribe to this content alert, anything that is posted in a discussion group that has these specific words in the title or in the body will be pulled as your content alert, and it will show up right on your dashboard. So as you can see here, I've signed up for these three. Now, if I click on Manage My Content Alerts, you'll see I've subscribed to these three. There's also one set up for social media, which you can subscribe to. If I click on policy, you'll see that one of the keywords in policy is funding. Now, this discussion had a keyword funding put in it, so it was pulled right into my dashboard on my content alerts. If you have any ideas for any content alerts that you feel would be important for other SMDM members to subscribe to, please give us an email at info@smdm.org. The next function on your dashboard is called My Feeds, and this will let you bring together all of your news sources, whether or not they're SMDM related or otherwise. So if you go to View All My Feeds, these are the ones that I've subscribed to so far. Below you'll see ones that SMDM is recommending that you subscribe to. If you click the plus sign, it will add this to your feed. You can also enter a URL. If you go on any news source homepage and you see a little orange speaker, that will really be the what's called the RSS feed. If you click on that, it should bring you to a URL. If you enter the URL and add feed, it will add that feed to your list. So if I want to add the Academy Health blog onto my feed, I've activated it. Now on my dashboard, I now have news updates from Academy Health. The next one down on the dashboard is community groups. There will be featured groups here eventually. There will be the member discussion listserv as well as the annual meeting groups. You'll have recommended groups based on the current groups that you are in. And then on the side, you'll be able to see My Groups in these widgets, and you'll also have My Groups right here on your drop-down under the dashboard. The next one down is My Discussions. It will pull discussions you've contributed to, discussions in your groups, and other recommended discussions. And you can see what's going on in those discussions, if they've been updated, if someone's replied to you, so on and so forth. The last one on here on the dashboard is what's called Community Survey. Within individual groups, there is a survey function. Some groups it's open to all members to use. Some the surveys will be posted primarily by the moderators of the groups. This can be used within groups to Just take a quick poll of the membership, say if it's in the annual meeting group, to ask which attendees are planning on coming to the social event, or within committee groups, which committee they can set it up so that there's a vote. So this is the dashboard as a whole. The nice thing about these widgets is that they are customizable to be moved around. You can really play with them, set them however you like, move things up and down. If you want your feeds up at the top, you can do that as well. You can also add a status update, and this will go under Community Updates. If you view your profile, now this is what members will see externally if they click on your name. They'll see your information here, your contacts, other recommendations, really your activity in SMDM Connect. And all of this is customizable. There are extensive privacy settings, so you can see and set what members are allowed to view. If you go to Edit My Settings, you can edit your information. If you have a new address, you can send it to us. This will come directly into SMDM's database, so all your information will be kept up to date. You also want to make sure that your additional information, your primary professional setting, and areas of interest and expertise are kept up to date, so that when members search for you, you'll be able to come up. You can add a photo for yourself, change your password, set your privacy settings, so you can keep it so that your address can remain hidden from others. You can keep your city open to just your contacts or to the community and public. Now, non-members won't be able to view any of the information that's inside SMDM Connect, so it won't make a difference if you set it to public. It will only be available to SMDM members. You can also set it so that things like your organization, primary professional setting are only viewable to you, your community, or your contacts. Now, notifications are email digests that you will receive. You can set it so that you can receive them never, weekly, or daily. And then within that, you can really personalize this so your emails will contain only information that you want to see. So you can set it so that new messages are sent to you, your contact requests are sent to you, but maybe you don't want to see group invitations. And then I would set this to weekly if I wanted it to come once a week. This is also customizable within your individual groups. And each group that you're in, you can set it so that it comes with your digest, or it comes instantly, or never. So if you're in a committee and you want to receive an announcement instantly rather than wait for your digest to come in, it would be a good idea to set it to be instant. Within the groups, you can manage these notifications. So right now, I'm in the Clinical Research Integrity Interest Group. If an announcement is made, I want to receive a digest email. However, maybe I don't want resources to be emailed to me or when a new member joins the group. So your dashboard is what you see internally. Your profile is what members will see externally if they look at you, and if they wish to contact you, they can also send you a message. You can look up a member and then add them, add a subject, and then send the message. And then you would see that right here in the message center. So that's my dashboard. The next module we're going to look at is groups. Now, right now, there are 4 types of groups that are set up. The SMDM member forum is the main group. This one members are automatically added to. Within a group, there's the home page, which is similar to the dashboard. It shows you what's going on within the group, any recent discussions. Some groups have what's called a subgroup. So for instance, within the SMDM member forum, there's a subgroup for trainee members. And these subgroups have the same capabilities as regular groups. You can view announcements that have been made. In this particular group, SMDM may make announcements. You can view and contribute to discussions. You can create a new discussion, or you can view old ones and then contribute to those as well. You can also view events. If you think that there's an event in the healthcare industry that would be of interest to SMDM members, you can create a new event. Put a registration link there in case anyone's interested in registering, and put the location and description. That way you can share this event with other SMDM members. You can view a list of members, and you can also see group surveys. Surveys in this particular group can be created by SMDM or by the general membership. If you have just a question that you'd like to poll the membership on, feel free to create a survey. And as you'll see up here as well, you can personalize your notifications that will come in your email digest. The next group we have are the annual meetings. Right now there's a group set up for the 35th annual meeting in Baltimore, 2013. If you register for the annual meeting, you will automatically be uploaded into this group. If you are a non-member, you will be able to access this group. However, you won't be able to access any of the other modules, including the dashboard or member directory. So all who are registered for this group, for the annual meeting, will be put into this group. Now, as you can see, I am not registered for the annual meeting yet, so I will only see the description. Once I do become registered, all of the other modules will become active. There will be discussions, there will be subgroups for the short courses, there will be surveys and announcements, and so on and so forth. The next type of group are interest groups. As a member, you have access to join any of these groups. And they do all have the same capabilities as all of the other types of groups. There's subgroups, announcements, discussions, resources, events, and more. Now, within the interest groups, we have activated the resource module. So if there are any resources that are of particular interest to this specific group, you can add a resource here. And we'll go over the resources once we get up to the resources module. Now you can leave the group at any time, and as a member you can add as many interest groups as you would like. The last function is committee. Now right now committees, the entire module of committees is hidden from the membership. If you are a member of a committee, you will be invited by your committee chair, and this is done so that the committees can discuss and act and vote in private. Now on the general groups page, you'll see my groups are up at the top. Any featured groups will come right underneath, and then all the recommended groups will be below. Let's move on to the next module of resources. You'll see here that there's a number of resources in the drop-down. If we click on these, you'll see under newsletters, SMDM has added the 2013 spring newsletter. We can open this up, and it will give you a direct link to view, and it will bring you right into the newsletter. You can also view others, educational modules, CVs, MDM-related resources, etc. Now, general resources should be added under each category. If you have a resource that goes specifically into one group, you can add that to that group. So under interest groups, if you go back, you'll see that there is a tab for resources. If you have a resource that pertains specifically to the people in this group, feel free to add it here. Otherwise, if you believe it would benefit the entire SMDM membership, please do add it under the General Resources tab. Now, any member can add a resource. You can select the type, add the name, link, since I indicated it was a link, and any other information that you have. Please do also include 3 or more tags or keywords so that they do show up in content alerts and on the home page so that members who search for them specifically can find what they're looking for. And you can also add comments underneath resources. The last function we have here is the member directory. This will list all members. You can search by their country, professional setting, area of interest and expertise, or by name. So if I click on the Society for Medical Decision Making page, you'll see that I have one contact up there. I can add them as a contact, send a message. If I add them as a contact, I can add this message. I'll send the request, and it would come in right onto my dashboard, my contacts up here. And these are any member of the society that you feel that you would connect with. It really lets you build up your own little networking group within SMDM. So we've gone over my dashboard, groups, resources, and the member directory. One other thing here, you'll see that there's a community calendar here. We do have one event up here so far. It does have a direct link into the SMDM 35th Annual Meeting registration page. As we have other events coming up, we will add those there as well. And that concludes the demo for SMDM Connect. If you do have any further questions, please feel free to email us at info@smdm.org. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and we hope you enjoy the system.